Hello, my name's Al DeChico. I live in Golden Valley, and I understand that this is a federal issue. I understand that from speaking to the governor's office, that they cannot or will not even make a statement about this. My question is, have you tested the rainwater? And if you haven't, have you seen the results of our rainwater tests? And also, are you aware that many of the people sitting in this room right here have very high levels of barium, aluminum, and strontium in their blood? People are getting sick and dying. And we want the ADEQ not just to give us a little speech today, but actually to maybe perhaps speak out against it if you know it's going on. And if not, I would suggest you do a lot more investigation. We've been doing it for years. So I'd like a comment on, one, the rainwater, what's in it, and two, what's in our blood. And if it's not coming from geoengineering, is it your responsibility to investigate that and tell us where it is coming from? Thank you. Does the ADEQ have the ability to take a position on this and investigate it further and find out where these toxic metals are coming from that are in our rainwater and in our blood? Thank you.
Thank you. I am assuming you do have scientists in your organization. Is that correct?
We do, ma'am.
Thank you. My name is Michelle Arnett, and I'm from Bullhead City. And I'm one of the several who have had my blood tested because I was getting sick and I didn't know why. And I did go to my doctor, and he had some question on how to order these specific tests for heavy metals. And when the results came back and they were really out of line, he said he had never seen anything like it in his life, and he didn't have a clue what to do about it. And then the bottom line was, he said, I think you're just going to have to live with it, and I want to be healthy. So just out of curiosity, how many of you in here have had your blood tested? Raise your hands. Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, welcome in. Tuesday night. Is the mic working? I don't see anything. There we go. Now it might be working. Anyway, guys, welcome in. Arizona, the people of Arizona in action, talking about the aerosols. We need to see much more of that. Instead of a handful of people going into these town hall meetings, you need your whole neighborhood. And did you see me showing that helicopter starting fires? We're down here in Australia. Take a look at this ring of fire. Now, does that look like a natural forest fire, or does that look like an intentional burn? I don't know. We'll look at these maps here in a little bit. We have tons of fires going on in Australia. Hundreds of schools are closed. Some of the worst in years and years and years. But we'll get into that because, you know, if it's happened before, how can it be climate change now? Take a look at the United States. Look at everything burning in the South. We have fires all across the United States. So we got PG&E doing more funny business. But anyway, let's jump into some headlines, and then we'll get off this stuff, and then we'll get into the weather stuff. So we got this photo that's come out. 120-year-old photo sparks Greta Thunberg conspiracy theorists. Now, this is coming out of the New York Joke. But, you know, in this article, they're not saying this photo is faked, photoshopped. It's a real photo. But what they're saying is that just because it looks like her, it isn't her. Well, I don't know, man. If you guys have seen any of the videos of a bunch of these Hollywood actors and, you know, the elitists that go back, you know, these are like either reincarnations or clones. But, I mean, that is just, that's her, man. That's her 120 years ago, without a doubt. So, yeah, they don't say this thing has been debunked or nothing. What they try to say is it's just a conspiracy because it looks like her. That is her. There's some DNA in there somehow. So pretty crazy. We've seen this before. We know there's several clones for Hillary and some of these other politicians. And you can find the actual photo on the archives and all that stuff. Yep, I definitely think she's a clone. Okay, here we go. Let's jump into some other headlines here. California, I mean, this came out a couple days ago. This is like the second article I've seen on this. California customers billed for power during the power shutdowns. So these people went days and sometimes weeks without power, but they were getting charged just like they had power. So the PG&E customer lost her power for more than a week in October. She checked the bill for each day that she was in the dark and was surprised to find charges for the estimated usage of those days. I mean, this is going on so many times. And if anybody, if you went from the analog meter to the smart meter, your bill instantly went up about 15%, at least here in Missouri it did. P&G is offered to pay homeowners $100 credit if they were out without power for more than 48 hours. That's just a drop in the bucket to these people. They're such a big company, man. Such a ripoff. All these power companies are a ripoff. And then, was this just a little bit ago? I can't remember if this is the most recent one. PG&E shutoffs could affect 180,000 plus customers. And then they turn it back down, and they're going up.
And tonight, PG&E is preparing for...
I hate when the mainstream pages do that. Yeah, you shouldn't be buffering unless it's on your end, because looks like we're streaming pretty in the green. So Sacramento, California, PG&E said it may cut off power to an estimated 181,000 across 16 counties, reducing its previous estimates by more than 120 customer. PG&E said strong offshore wind earlier Wednesday morning and dry conditions Wednesday morning. So I guess they're predicting winds offshore Wednesday morning. Dry conditions may lead to power shutoffs for customers in the Sahara foothills, North Valley, North Bay. Customers that could be impacted in those regions were notified Monday morning. Originally, the utility put more than 303, got to have the 33 in there, customers on notice. This almost looks like their weather engineering map. So here's the potential PG&E midweek power shutoffs. So apparently now, anytime there's a little bit of wind, they're going to shut your power off and disrupt your life, disrupt your job, disrupt all the businesses, and all that stuff. So there's just more.
Another major power shut.
Mainstream. Well, we have the same thing going on in Australia, except for even worse. It's more like a paradise scenario down here in Australia. Notice they have the cell phone towers in the background. South Australia prepares for bushfires ahead of catastrophic fire danger day. It's just come out 2 hours ago. So they have warned people in extreme and catastrophic fire danger areas to enact their bushfire survival plans today. Catastrophic conditions have been forecast for the eastern and lower Erie Peninsula, the York Peninsula, the West Coast, the Mid-North, Kangaroo Island, Mount Lofty Ranges, while the rest of the state has an extreme or severe rating. Total fire ban is in place. Activate your bushfire survival plan. I mean, this is just another paradise scenario that's going on down here where they're affecting thousands of people. You know, here in, you know, the way they talk about this once in a lifetime heat blast, Australia to be hit with 40 C scorcher across swatches of the nation, with the 125-year-old temperature record set to fall tomorrow. I think that's around 104 degrees, I think. But, you know, okay, so this heat is going to possibly beat a 125-year-old record. Okay, 125 years ago, did we have climate change? Was it a climate crisis 125 years ago? No, it was a sun cycle. Except for now, we have more weather modification to add, the aerosols that are being deployed. So they're going to scorch Australia some more. They've been scorching for months. You know, are they blaming it on the wind? What are they blaming it on? Well, what they're blaming it on is not what it is. This is how most bushfires in Australia start, and we know how. What's this? I haven't even looked at this. As fires continue to burn in different parts of Australia, investigators work to provide answers on the exact causes of the devastating blaze. I can tell you right now, before even looking at this article, if they're not mentioning the bunker fuel operations off their coast, if they're not mentioning the aerosols being deployed by the planes, which acts almost like thermite, if they're not talking about the electromagnetics, the ionospheric heaters, those super low frequencies, then this will not be a truthful article. So we'll see what they say. All right, investigators work to provide answers on the exact causes of the devastating blazes. Last week we learned that the Beenabura fire, which destroyed the historic lodge in the southeast Queensland, was started by a carelessly discarded cigarette. Oh, they always gotta blame the cigarette. And the Gold Coast bushfires the week before may have been started by the Army live firing exercises. 9 categories of the bushfire ignitions: smoking, blame it on the smokers; arson, burn off debris. Burn off is a regular source of bushfire. You got to burn the stuff off, otherwise you wouldn't have these fires. If you had controlled burns, you wouldn't be letting this stuff burn. Arson, and wait till you see who the arsonists are that they're going to blame it on. Railway cause. Hey, the railway. No, it's actually for the railway. Burning carbon embers thrown from the train engine exhaust can also start bushfire. What is it, a 1820 train? Campfires. Oh, we know about them over on the West Coast. Chainsaws can cause the fires. Mowers, grinders, anything that throws a spark. How about cleaning the yards up? Man, look at that picture. That's had accelerants put on it. That's not the smoke of a normal forest fire. See, that's the thing. They hide the facts about the smoke. You can tell what's in the fire by the smoke. You can't hide when there's been accelerants. They show right up. So we got 100 schools that are closed in this catastrophic fire condition. Pretty much already talked about that. I'm looking for a certain article. Here it is. So they're going to blame it on the children. 10 children allegedly started the recent Queensland bushfire, police say. More than half of the 18 people who have been dealt with by police over recent Queensland bushfires are children, police have revealed. Police said 10 are juveniles which are being dealt with under the Youth Justice Act. In the 2 years to the end of 2018, 136 children were charged with endangering property in Queensland by lighting fires. Just 18 were convicted. They're blaming it on the kids. They're not blaming it on the weather modification programs. They're not blaming it on the intentional burn-offs. Complete lies. So, yeah, they blame it on everything but what it really is. I mean, if you keep your property cleaned up, if you don't want to burn all the leaves off, but if you just do a quick burn off, I do mine twice a year. And I do that just in case they light the forest up. They're not going to burn my forest down. You got to create fire breaks. You have to do forest management. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But, I mean, apparently the governments can't figure that out. Yeah, I'm sure some are arson, but they're not the kids, man. That's a BS lie. So, the sun will set in Barrow, Alaska today and won't rise again till 2020. I don't think I could handle being in the dark, but I guess you get to see all the ionospheric heater, the noculus clouds, from the Hart rays and the other ionospheric heaters, which we'll try to get into that here in a little bit too. So then you got the air quality issue down here in Australia. I mean, it's really bad, man. I don't think I want to play this. But look at the photo. Look at this. This is the buildings downtown. You can barely see just the tops of the building. This looks like Beijing, China. I mean, it looks like India. It looks like a different country. And then people are out here just have to breathe that stuff in. This is all the government's fault. The governments are not helping anybody. They're making everything worse. And it's all for, a reason. It's all done on purpose. Oh, and how new grain could combat climate change. Like, here we come with the GMOs and the Monsanto seeds and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that. It's probably going to pop off something. Now you got this, man. See, this is what they're doing. Now there's a concern for Melbourne's drinking water after scientists allege illegal logging. Now, I did a video a while back how you can fix the so-called climate crisis, and this is the exact opposite way to do it. So if you're logging all these hills, the water, when it does rain, can't stick to the canopy, and it just washes away all the topsoil, and then the water aquifers don't fill up. I've watched plenty of documentaries on how they've took complete deserts and repaired them by doing just a little bit of, tree planting, keeping the livestock off the hills, and they can heal. You can heal this land just within a year or two, couple years. But all the fracking, they make all these roads, which messes it all up, and then they call it climate change. All this could easily be fixed. So we had, hey, no problem. Hey, thanks out there, super chat. I didn't get to see who it was. Here, I'll scroll up. Thanks, sir. Cuba bound. And then thanks out there, Bamboo, over on the PayPal thing. So, man, we're getting, a lot of people's been going through this super dizzy stuff for the last couple days. Yesterday, I was so dizzy, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even walk, hardly. And everybody's coming up with these headaches. And I wanted to go look to see if the solar wind was up, just because there were so many people that were complaining about this. And the solar wind's only at 327. It hasn't spiked, but we do have a chance of magnetic storms coming here on the 21st. And what they're calling, this is pretty freaky here, a meteor outburst is possible this week. Get ready for a meteor outburst maybe on November 21st, 22nd. So the same day we're getting a geomagnetic storm, there could be a stream of dusty debris from an unknown comet. They believe this can cause an outburst of alpha monosteroid meteors. Witnessed in the previous outburst was in 1995. There was also one, I think, back in 1985. Actually, there was a bunch of them. But we'll see, man. And there was this inoculant clouds are forming over Antarctica. Now, I've been talking about this. They've been forming for months. That's because they're heating the ionosphere. The southern season for inoculant clouds is underway according to the new observations from the NASA's AIM spacecraft. On November 15th, they detected a small cloud over eastern Antarctica. Reports this is the earliest they have been appeared since 2007. Now, I went to this site and I couldn't find the newest models. All I could go back to was about 2010. There was something. Oh yeah, the meteor, man. We got a meteor or asteroid within 0.2 lunar distances. So this thing is going to be coming through. It could possibly be coming through between Earth and the moon. So it's not even a full, it's an eighth. So it's like right there. It's how big is this thing? 21 meters. So it's a pretty good size one. And I think I got the model up here somewhere. Here it is. Wow, I can't see the broadcaster. Let's see if this comes up. All right, I'm going to try to zoom in on this full screen, see if it helps. All right, so the white ring, if you guys can see this white ring, that's the meteor. Go back here. Earth is the blue ring. I mean, we're talking this thing could take out some satellites. So, man, I can't really get it in a very good. There we go. It's right here. Here's Earth. Here's the meteor. Let me go forward. We're at 30. I'm trying to find the time here. It's not giving me the UTC time. 11:06. Is that the date or the time? I can't tell the time, but I mean, it's like right now, but like we're talking super duper close. And right there. I don't know, man. That's really, really close. Yeah, I just can't get it like where I want it so we can see it real good. I wish they had the moon on there. How come they don't have the moon on here so we can see it go in between the Earth and the moon? So yeah, man, it's definitely going to be scraping by. So pretty crazy right there. Now I got to figure out how to get out of this. So it's a condition code 6. That's the highest amount of danger. All right, let's get out of that. Enough on that. I was looking at this instrument that they used to watch for the innocuous clouds. Now, Hart, the director of Hart, has always talked about how they can create these innocuous clouds. But I couldn't find the updated site for that. Here's another one here. Meteor smoke makes strange clouds. A key ingredient for the mysterious clouds comes from space. What they're trying to say is this. If you read what this stuff is, they say they've detected meteor smoke embedded into the inoculant clouds. Inoculant clouds are a mystery dating back to the 19th century. Northern sky watchers first noticed them around 1885, 2 years after the eruption from the Indonesia volcano. That's really not what I was wanting to read. Somewhere down, I was reading. Oh, here it is. Specks of meteor smoke act as gathering points where water molecules can assemble themselves into ice crystals. The process is called nucleation. You know, like ice nucleation. Nucleation happens all the time in the lower atmosphere, in ordinary clouds. Airborne specks of dust and even living microbes can serve as a nucleation. Tiny ice crystals, drops of water, snowflakes go around these particles, falling to Earth when they come heavy enough. I know when I read in this earlier, or something I was reading, basically they were saying it was water vapor. Here we go with the water vapor again. You know, you got to have particulates to stick to the water vapor to make it cause rain. But yeah, basically it's could be bunker fuel getting up into the upper stream, and then you know, finally hits that stuff and then blue. Speaking of bunker fuel, we're gonna get into it. Now, we missed last night. We take us up to today, and they were censoring the maps, and now we're seeing why. The bunker fuel ships are back. I mean, check this out. Look at them right here, straight out off the coast of Los Angeles, from San Francisco down to San Diego, actually a little bit all the way down south. So this is what they were hiding yesterday. Was go back another day. They were hiding this whole day. Doesn't look like nothing's going on. I mean, you can see just a few random up high. Let's go back even one more day. Just like one. So they pretty much stopped the bunker fuel operations, and then the 2 days they censored it. Yesterday, you got the mega deployment, and then today, they're like in a line. They're all in a long line, then they're doing the grid patterns. I mean, it's weird, man. So the other thing we want to look at on the days that we missed, look at the fog. That's the fog from the bunker fuel. So here's yesterday. We didn't get to see this. So mega X out here. That's the bunker fuel. That's not even the aerosols. We're not even to the aerosols from the sky. These are the ocean-based aerosols. You got tons of thick airplane exhaust. Let's go back to the day we didn't have any data on. Click a couple layers here. See, they're still blocking these layers out. They don't want us to see what's under this, because there's 3 frames. You'd have morning, noon, and night. Well, they're not letting us see all the frames. So where the fire zones right now are, Northern California, and look, there's these massive, hopefully you guys can see these aerosols are way high, and they're leaving shadows on the top of these clouds, these black lines. That's the shadows from the aerosols. Look, they go way out here. You know, are these flights, are they flying straight from California to Russia? Look at the microwaves in these clouds. Look at the ripples of the ionosphere right here. So you got tons of aerosols. You know, flying, usually they don't fly straight across the Pacific Ocean. It's too far. Normally they fly up, and they kind of stay closer to the land masses. Like, you'll rarely see a flight from the West Coast, like straight down to Australia. They normally fly up and around or down and around. It looks like the straight path is the quickest path, but it's not, because you're flying a huge distance. So yeah, we got all the aerosols ahead of these storms, ahead of here we are. I think we're on today. No, that's yesterday. Got the X right here, straight out from Santa Rosa. You see where the fires are today, complete aerosols. Let's get up to today. And then today we got the fog from the fires. Now, let me add the fire layer. I already know how many fires are over here, so let's see. Now, this not only picks up the fires, it picks up hot spots, like coming out from underneath the ground. So really, it's not showing no massive fires at all right now. Basically, I'm seeing tons of aerosols, tons of frequencies in the clouds. To me, it still looks like they're setting up for the fires. So, I mean, I do see a little bit of smoke associated with that. No smoke on these Chico fires that could be volcanic. Let's back it out. And look, there's way more fires over here in the south. A lot of these people are people burning their leaves off, doing some land management. You know, like we pay the government to do. These people are probably doing controlled burns so that their fires won't catch on fire, so that the whole woods won't catch on fire. You got to do forest management. You got to be able to rake your leaves. You know, next year is going to be crazy on the food crisis, man. There's nothing really got harvested this year. What did make it through the floods was frozen early. So we got a new aerosol. Hold on, I got something freaky here. Why is that all highlighted? How do I get that off? Wow, I don't know why this stuff's all highlighted. It won't go away. So check out this deployment over the Gulf of Mexico. No, it's not Planet X at all. So they're not trying to hide that, man. They're not that smart. You know, people give them way too much credit for hiding stuff, faking shapes. They're not that good. So we definitely have aerosols all over Texas. We got them over Missouri. We got them over Arkansas. We got them, you know, it's going to be out ahead of this whole system all the way up South Dakota. And we'll be able to look at this a little better on the other stuff. I'm just trying to get through this real quick. So we had the bunker fuel operation the other day. Look at Spain. They're getting blasted. Same thing. The Mediterranean Sea is getting smoked with the aerosol formations. Let's let that load. Try the different layers. Oh yeah, I guarantee we're going into some kind of cloud, that's for sure. And not the kind of cloud in the sky. Look at these guys flying 4 abreast, crisscrossing patterns. You know, these planes fly so close. These are not your normal, you know, passenger planes. They don't fly that close. Now, some of these you can try to line up with the Flight 24 radar. Most of them won't be on there. The ones that are running the doped up jet fuel. You know, these plane companies, they have their own refineries. They can mix up their own, you know, it's almost like bunker fuel for ships, but they run the JP8. And the other day, if I can find that again, look at this spraying operation here off the coast. Is that the UK? Yeah, the UK. Now, I've spotted some of the craziest flight patterns, chemtrails out here. One time we caught at least 30 figure eights out here, little tight figure eights. So, all this stuff is drifting. I mean, this is insane right here. That's just blatant. blatant gritting the sky. Now give me a second here. And let me see if I can bring up the ingredients of the airplane exhaust. I had it up the other day. So let me see here. Might take me a second here. You know, they used to have a map that I used to use. It was a Contrail science flight map. And it didn't work. Like, it worked, but it didn't work. Like, they were spraying where it should, like where they were trying to say the temperatures were right for formation of the contrails. Well, the application didn't work because they were spraying the skies too much. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I got to go here. Just give me just a second here. I'm sorry it's taking me so long. I'm sure they'll have what I'm really looking for. It's going to be hidden. And I know it's over probably on Jim Lee's site. So we'll try that. If I can't find it, I'll give up here in a second. I just want to see if I can find it. Here, I might have found it. But yeah, pretty crazy, these spraying operations. Always out ahead of the storms. And I'll dump this link in the description if this is the right one that I was looking for. Man, I had this thing up just the other day, and it's like I can't find it now. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. Alright, I'll find this some other time. We'll get back into the show here. Alright, so we know the UK is getting completely bombarded. It's going all the way. Looks like it's almost coming from Iceland. And of course the weather generator is still online over here in the Middle East. Man-made storms just like here, going all over Iran, Saudi Arabia. It's only clipping the UAE where they're doing the weather modification. Tons of aerosols in the Arabian Sea. And we can see the mega fires going on down here in Australia. Look, the Ring of Fire. You know, there's no way this fire would have lit on one side and burned its way to the coast. That's what they've been doing. They don't even have that fire marked. There's hardly no green left. Look, they've destroyed all this forest right here. The whole forest is gone. So the Gondwana rainforest of Australia, World Heritage Area, gone. Now look, the fires are really starting to spark up even higher. There's going to be no trees left. Everything is burning up in Australia, man. All the national forests have been lit. They're going to burn them to the coast, take everybody's property, and put in a high-speed railway. Then they'll build back the smart cities. Oh, if I remember right, we got bunker fuel operations. We got some, like, oh, it looks like we have some We have some, maybe some miles research weather technology right here. So these weird shaped clouds, these are not normal clouds. And we definitely have bunker fuel down here. Let's see if they show up on here. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see them right here. Here's some of them. But they are in this area right here. I can actually see these better without the enhancements. But yeah, we got some slight bunker fuel operation. But these are the weird clouds. These are the clouds right here that are showing that there's something not normal going on right here. Unnatural clouds. All right, let's go ahead and check the RAM slider. Let's see if this thing will loop through. Get that off there. And see if we get this to loop. It always screws up when we go live. But here's the bunker fuel operations in the super light lines in the blue. Yeah, they got millions of acres of burning. Hundreds of, I mean, I don't even know how many homes have been lost now. Yeah, pray for anybody in the past. I mean, everybody needs to pray for everybody because they're attacking everybody in one form or another. It's either coming from the sky, it's coming from the ocean, it's coming from underground, it's coming from the food, it's coming from the water. So look at these bunker fuels being deployed. That's no good. That's the most toxic emissions on the planet. And they're right here off your coast. They're off the coast of Australia. Not as thick as these babies. But they're definitely there. Now this may not load. Man, that's some clear footage right there. Alright, while that one's loading, here's another form to see the bunker fuel. Here, let's put this on the cirrus layer, and then we can see the upper spraying, the aerosols being sprayed from the sky. And I'll put a little enhancement on here so we can see it a little better. Might take this a second to load. Yeah, definitely armor up for sure. So all this is man-made synthetic clouds. You can see the lines. I wish I could zoom in on there better. But, I mean, hopefully you guys can see all the little tic-tac-toe boards of aerosols, targeted spraying events. It actually looks like Washington and Oregon is getting a little break from the aerosols, which has been pretty rare. They've been getting constantly hammered. All right, let's go ahead and go check the full United States, see what we can see. Hey, thanks out there, Carolyn. Much love out there. And anybody else I might have missed if I didn't see it here. Yeah, so we got like 20 days and 14 minutes till the purge of the YouTube. Now, I have plenty of different, like if they take us down here off YouTube, we got the backup channel. We've got this new site called Flote, Flote. The links are in the description. It's kind of like a Facebook, but it's not really. But you can post pictures, videos, you can go live. It's got super chat. We also post the videos to Brighton. And then, of course, D-Live. D-Live's making some pretty good moves. It's just hard to get used to because it's more of a gaming site, but they're adding the podcast section and all that. We're on BitChute, and of course Twitter, then the Above Ground World News Facebook site, and then the regular Facebook stuff. Yeah, I like the float thing because, I mean, I can go live there if I had to. I think I did one little test stream there. But I can, and in fact, I forgot to post a link to this show there. So let me see if I can bring that up. And then I'll post a link in the chat. And then if somebody wants to post that out over their Facebook or whatever, if you can't get to the links in here. So let me click. Alright, so here's the link. And I'll paste it in the chat. And then I'm going to paste the show link into the thing. So now I need the link. Where do I get the link? Here, I got to jump over here. This might freak the audio out. We'll see here. I'll have to hurry up and hit the audio before it does anything. Alright, so here's the... Okay, so I got the audio off. Now I need this link. Copy. Go over here to float. And post this link. Now I have to actually physically upload to Brighton. I don't upload every video, but almost every video. Oh, and I forgot I didn't even show you guys the what it looks like here. Okay, let me bring this over into here. So this is what it looks like. It's real plain and simple. You can see the activist post quite a bit here. I just posted the that. But you can click right on this deal and you could upload a file. You can click the camera thing and go live and post whatever you want. Like here, I can post it again just for the... Then I can add a thumbnail. We'll go to the thumbnail for tonight's show. If I can find it right there. So it's real simple, like super simple to post here. Now, I don't know if you get like the like they send out. I don't think they got that part where they send out a notification. I think you just gotta go on here and check. So that's an option right there. No censorship whatsoever on here. Alright, so I was wanting to look at this real quick. Let me get back where I can see everything here. I got, oh yeah, there, that'll help. Oh, did I not post a link down there? Hold on, I'll get it here. Let me go to the channel. Here we go, here's the channel. And I'll post it in the chat. And if anybody's got Facebook up or D-Live, post that over there. Really simple app. You don't even got to sign up for nothing. I think all I had to do is just give them an email. Haven't got any spam from them or nothing. So it's kind of an alternative site there. Like I said, here's the map of the fires. You can also zoom in and see the toxic smoke, the smoke alerts, air alerts. So this is actually showing quite a bit of fires, little spot fires. Like some of these could be fracking, the burn off on the fracking wells. And then probably, now the ones with the flumes like this, you know these are fires. Let me click on one, see what it says. That's not really telling me a whole lot. Some of them have a lot more information than others. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's look at this one more time. Then I'm probably gonna call this tonight. I'm still got the massive migraines and dizzy crap. It just sucks. So yeah, we definitely have aerosols being deployed out ahead of this whole system. Oh, we needed to look at the wind. We forgot to look at the wind. Or I did anyway. So let's go look at this wind that's causing fires. So these are the surface winds, and they're saying for tomorrow. So let me go up one day. So this is, let's go up 1,000 foot or 1,000 HPAs. Winds are kind of curving around. Let's go up to 850. So if you get up to 850, that's around 4,000 foot up. Now you're starting to get some wind maybe coming off the mountains, going south, southwest, up to the north, you know, Washington, Oregon area. It's almost blowing a little more straight west. And let's just go way down here. So it looks like the top winds for tomorrow at least are around 20, possibly 30 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and check the ocean. Is there some kind of waves? Look at these giant wave anomalies out here. 32-foot waves. Let's see where they're going. Headed right for BC. So it looks like the air quality is starting to get a little bit better over here. Look at all these fires riding right up the ridge, right in the volcanic zones, or the carbon monoxide. But yes, the air looks much better today. We'll see what the carbon oh, I gotta get on now. Maybe I wasn't on now. Ooh, it's real bad, Southern California. Let me check the yeah, I wasn't on the right day, but look, it's definitely cleaning up a little bit, except for down here where I think bamboo's down in this area. So you guys really got some horrible air right now. 863 parts per billion volume. And then when you go to the carbon dioxide, it's just way off the chart. 479. And it's really bad up here by Lake Michigan, 472. What's that, like Ohio area, 456. Out off the East Coast, 450, 444. They're close to Boston. And we'll check the particulates from the fires. Yeah, it's still bad up there in Alberta area, or, you know, yeah, it's probably Alberta area, BC. Look, the volcano's actually picking up a little bit. Man, I know there's something I'm forgetting. There's something I needed to look at. Oh, we almost have a hurricane. I think that's what I was wanting to look at. Check it out. We got Tropical Storm Sebastian. Now this thing ain't gonna turn into a hurricane, but it's just gonna hook around, go up. I don't even know if it's gonna hit Bermuda, but it's, you know, November 19th, and we have a possible hurricane out here. Look at this. We got twin tropical storms. See how they keep following each other? That's nuts. You know, you shouldn't be able to have two of these storms form like this, because once one storm goes through, it should have the cooler water up. But that's not what we're seeing. Hey, thanks out there, Teresa. Much love out there. So pretty nuts. We have dual Tropical storms. Let's see. I'm going to click it. You guys won't be able to see this. I'm going to see if it's going to turn into a cyclone or not. I think that one was already a cyclone. And it's taking forever to load. Yeah, it might turn into a category 1. And then right back to a low pressure. So, and how about that one? Man, this thing's loading really slow. Now that one's just going to stay a low pressure. So let's check the mimic and then we'll call this good. Got to keep our eyes on this atmospheric river. It looks like they're blocking the moisture at the west coast again. They're blocking the moisture at the fires. Look, somebody's pulling the atmospheric river down in Australia. And look, it's cut off on both sides of the fire. We got to zoom in on that. Yeah, oh, Alberta, that's probably from the fracking or fires. It's so cloud covered I can't really see up there. I'm pretty sure it's just too cloud covered. Yeah, actually, if there's fires, they're more over here in British Columbia, up in the northern section. But I think more what we're seeing is fracking related on the other map. The high amounts of the CO that's coming from, you know, burn-offs or methane. So look, they're completely blocking the moisture in the fire zone. Look, you got all kinds of moisture at the coast. You got moisture. You see that flash? Look, they flashed it. They're not letting the moisture go to the fire zones. It's right there. They can make it rain right there. There's tons of water above the skies where the fire zones are. Look at that. They're just blocking it. We'll see. I think they're doing the same damn thing in California. Let's take a look. Well, look, a couple little sections got over California, but I don't think they got no rain. See, they're cutting it off. You know, the bunker fuel operations are right here. The atmospheric river is like balled up at the end of it. Normally it don't look, normally it goes into a little fine point like a wave. But it's not. It's like these are like balled up. Strange. Super strange. All right, guys, we're going to call this a show. I can't stop yawning. Anyway, we want to thank everybody out there that helps share this stuff out. Nice amount of thumbs up out there. Wow, on the live. So anyway, guys, much love. Thanks for joining in with this nice crowd out there. I just noticed there's quite a big crowd out there. Hopefully I will get some rest tonight and get on top of some of this other stuff that's going on. Anyway, guys, much love out there. Be safe. Armor up. We're going to play a song called Rise. You're going to have to rise. If you didn't miss the beginning, or if you missed the beginning, go back and listen to the activists talking at their at the Arizona meeting a couple years back, 2014, I think. Anyway, guys, much love. Here we go. You better rise. We're running out of time. Armor up. I don't even know if I'm going to get the scene to change, so we'll try here. Oh, that's the wrong scene. Oh, what happened to the